Katie from Photogearnews. We're at Photokina 2016 and I'm with Jean from Thinktank. Jean's going to explain to us something new that's for the show.
Hi Katie. So this is our newest product for this year. This is called the Airport Advantage. As we've seen in the industry, air travel continues to change, and one of the things is size is no longer becoming as much of an issue as weight is becoming an issue. So we took this bag, we scaled took our other rollers as a basis for this one, scaled it down a little bit in size, made it a little bit narrower, and the goal was to make it be able to work with some of those little CRJ regional flights. And so what we've accomplished here is a bag that is now coming in at about 6 pounds, and it gives you the ability to carry your gear safely on the plane as opposed to having to gate check it, which nobody wants to do. And the capacity of this is really close to the capacity of our standard, a little bit slightly larger international size cases. Has some really neat features. One thing for starters is when you're on a plane and you want to get off the plane, you always have that rush to get off. And so when this is in the overhead, we've got handles all the way around the bag, and that gives you an easy access to exit the plane without having to, wrestle the case. Up top, up here, we have a pocket up here, which is great when you're shooting. You can keep your business cards in here. It's an easy handle to hand out your cards. It's also, if you're traveling, good because it gives you a place to store your travel document, your boarding pass or maybe your passport. It has a little window up here for your business card, so in case it gets lost, it'll find its way home. On the back side, we have our handle, and this particular one uses a later version of our handle, which is a multi-piece handle. We use several sections in our handles so that when it shrinks down into the bag, it maximizes the available volume in the bag. And that way, of course, you can maximize how much gear you can carry. And it's a very durable handle. Like our other products, it's always guaranteed. The handle and the wheels are guaranteed for life. The handles and wheels are all user replaceable. When we talk about our wheels down here, we use a grade 5 bearing in the wheels. And what that means is when you roll the bag full of gear, it rolls silently along the surface. It makes no noise when you roll. It's very smooth. Replacement wheels are always available, and they come with a complete kit as well. On the back, we have a hypalon up here, which prevents the back of the nylon from getting scuffed if you go over a curb or an escalator. You notice it has a little kick plate here for protection as well. And then kind of working our way around the bag here, again, we talked about the handles. And on the front, you have your laptop case. So this is where you would drop your laptop. And of course, the first thing everybody does when you get on a plane is they take their laptop out of their case. So we made it a quick access and kind of convenient to access your case. So one thing about this bag, like our other bags, is that it uses a Ykk Zipper, and it's basically a no-fail zipper. Ykk has obviously many different grades of zipper. This is their top line zipper. So going inside, this is an example of what the layout could look like. This case is really designed to carry 2 bodies and 4 or 5 lenses. So you have one body here and one body here, then some lenses throughout the rest of the bag. If I flip this around, it gives you an alternative view, and you can see again it's a similar kind of setup. So here you have one body, 2 body, and then all your other gear. The bag also includes a seam-sealed rain cover. The material itself is waterproof. The nylons are all waterproof, and in most companies they're all doing that now. The nylons are coated so they're waterproof, but wherever you have a seam or a zipper, you could have water intrusion. So if it's raining lightly, you can just go out, run out to the car, it's no problem. But if you get stuck in a downpour, that's when you want to use the rain cover. So we use a high-grade Velux in here, which gives you a long life for the Velcro to attach to. Some other companies use an inferior grade material, which has a shorter shelf life or life of the bag. So this has a very long life in that regard. Dividers are all, of course, adjustable and interchangeable, and if you have 100 bags out there, there should be 100 different layouts because nobody uses a bag the same way. There's a lot of ways you can utilize and maximize space. Sometimes if you notice in here, I'll get this out of the way. you'll notice there's a housing handle. So the shape in here is, you can see where my finger is right here. There's two different heights, and that's basically creating the housing so that the handle comes down, the housing has a place to go. So on the sides of that, since the handle housing is not as wide as the entire bag, there's little deeper spots down here, which is a great place to put batteries or charger cable blocks, that kind of thing, in those little gaps, and that maximizes that space as you're packing. You can easily, of course, adjust it. One of the things I always tell people to do is to get all your gear, go out in the living room, lay it all out, and then pull all the dividers out, go into the kitchen, get a glass of wine, come back into the living room, and lay out all your gear into the bag and figure out how you want to maximize your space. Then when you go to reset all your dividers, if you take a piece of paper from your printer tray of your printer, and I'll just use this as an example, when you go to move a divider, if you want to move the divider up or down, the easiest way to do that is to just put the paper in and then put the teeth of the Velcro against it, and then you can just slide this to wherever you want it to go. And if you want it to come way down here, you just do that, and then it sticks. You just pull the paper out. And it makes adjusting all those dividers really quick and easy instead of wrestling with the Velcro. So, last thing on here I would show you is on the door panel itself, up here. So we have two big pockets, or mesh pockets, and they're designed so that you can see what the contents are, so easily identify what you're looking for. And you notice our little zipper sliders here actually have a housing right here, so that when you slide these closed, the zipper head, the metal part, is actually hidden behind there. And the reason that's important is because if you had this zipper like this, and you close the case, it could go right down on top of the first element of your lens, which would be a bad thing. So, it's those details that kind of Thinktank is kind of known for, is kind of working their way through the product lines, is paying attention to what photographers use and how they work and what they need. And we listen to that, and we try to continually improve our product line by incorporating those kinds of things to make that user experience a better experience. So.
Thank you very much for such a clear and comprehensive overview.
You're welcome.
When are these available?
These will be. These should be available to dealers in about 30 days. So in about mid-October, end of November, they'll be available.
And do you have a confirmed price point yet?
The U.S. price I do, which is going to be about $240. So it's a very good value for a rolling case, considering our other cases are, in the $350, $400 range. So it's going to be a good value. Size perfect for 2 bodies, 4 lenses. If you're an event shooter, like a wedding shooter or a portrait shooter, it's a great case because you can just pick it up and go and run. And if you're traveling, it makes it easy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.